Today is an iconic day because this is matchmaking and we have been matchmade, as you can see, with all these servers. So let's showcase what we're against and obviously talk about the end of season that I've had to go through on the channel. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video, and yes, it is the end of the season as you can see, and we are back in our main alliance. So this is Order 66 because a lot of people, and this is why I kind of want to put this in right before we cover the division, right? A lot of people thought I was an FX member, and I wasn't. I was always an Order 66 member, and I was just a mercenary like all the guys you can see here. You know, Darth, Dark Helmet, King Law, Roxy, Keto, our leader Gaia, and obviously all the other people you can see in here. There's so many others, right? This is kind of like our little group, and what we do, as you guys should know, hopefully, if you follow the channel, we just jump into a division and one of the alliances might want us and we'll play for that side, right? So at the moment, if you were wondering what side we're fighting for, I personally don't know. But the sides we get to choose from is very exciting, I will admit, because in our division, we have been matched made with 53, 34, 41, server 3 again from the old days, and then even some of the new ones, 87, 79, 59, and then 27, 34, right? So you're probably wondering who are in these divisions, and as the probably title says, if we've done it really well, we are matched made against BDO. So again, Chisgol, right? So big man himself, his alliance with Duz, Big Papa Nasty. There's a few others obviously in there all together playing. But you can see in chat, this is where everyone, if you're online at the moment, you're getting your quick shout out, because personally there's so many names to go through and I just can't keep track, honestly, because there's so many familiar faces here, right? So we've got BDO, you can see Sasa speaking, and there's NASA as well. Those two are the main big two alliances, which is NASA and BDO, and I'll showcase their powers off in a moment. But then you've got RKO's here, you got DK, we've got JVN, I want to say, or GNV, there we go, which is King Raven's group, which we know we've even speak in VC sometimes when we jump into the VC. You know, like I said, there's RKO, there's NASA, we've got Le, which is Leginus's group, which is obviously the group from Server 32, which caused obviously all the drama and the backstab thing with the BDO alliance. So that'll be interesting to see what develops on that side. We've also got Law here, we've got DD here, like there's RR, there's so many, honestly, there's so many alliances, and if I haven't called your alliance out, I do apologize. You know, I don't mean it. There's just so many people here, right? But to showcase why I'm saying BDO and NASA are generally probably the two sides, so you can have these two guys. I mean, I can probably imagine Le joining the NASA side, so then it's going to be who joins the BDO side, and then vice versa until it makes it as fair as possible. Who knows? But when I'm talking about that, if you look at BDO, especially in their alliance right now, they're at 179 members out of 200. So they're missing slots and they're at 12.8 billion power, right? Which is kind of crazy. I know I'm kind of hiding it right now. I will move myself because I'm a bit of a big head player. There we go. So you can see they are 12.8 million power. And if we go back into the chat and just check out, obviously, the NASA guys, you'll see they are, I believe, last time I checked before we find them, 12.2 billion power. We'll see if my memory is good. There we go, 12.2, yeah. So we've got both of these guys in. So that's why I think both of them are going to be the main two, you know, alliances in the whole maybe war, and then we'll see what sides go. So from there, I don't know what side I'm fighting for. I'm not fighting for an individual side. I will be fighting wherever, obviously, the Order 66 goes. So it's going to be a fun and interesting season. Am I going to be fighting alongside Chisgo and BDO and all those boys that we know? Or are we going to be trying to fight against them, right? It's going to be fun either way. And obviously, it's going to be obviously interesting and hopefully very eventful for you guys. So I'm going to get as much footage, obviously, and live stream as I can when we're fighting. So with all of that, we're obviously at the end of the season. So you're probably wondering how I did. And if we are looking at some stuff, we can go into personal merits. In the entire season, I finished 159, right? And if you're wondering how this is broken down, I did around 1.8 million merits. That was in my first zone to zone 1 to zone 2, you know, farming merits to get that elixir, as you guys know, to fight. And then zone 3 opened, right? And you guys know zone 3 passes was crazy, and I probably lost around 240,000 infantry defending a hopeless pass. I kind of wish I didn't do it. It was pointless, but we listened to those commands, right? But from there, we then earned obviously 3 million merits in zone 3, and then we got into zone 4, and you guys saw I was fighting everywhere in zone 4, even rallying cities, and I got 3.2 million merits, right? So you can see that is basically like almost a breakdown of how it all worked. It's pretty close to how it is. And when you look at the personal glory, you can see how I finished in the top 200, right? So you can see in general essence, I was a top 200 player in the entire server, especially as a T4 player at 47.9 mil now, because I've just obviously grew in power myself. We can go to the power rankings. If we go to there, you can see it, 47.9, right? So I am getting there. We're almost, and I will showcase my account at the end of this video. So we've done really well, right? But when it came to the end of season rewards, we wasn't allowed them. I don't know why. Basically, they are stating I was AFK or I wasn't active in Zone 4 wars, but everyone knows I were. And many people would disagree with them saying that, and I can understand now personally why FS and TFS have the rep they have. I'm not gonna lie, because there was people saying I was AFK and so forth, and I'm just saying those guys were probably more AFK than I were, right? And they were doing their own thing, farming merits and farming forts with their friends in their own zones. So it's kind of messed up how it is, but you know what I'm like, I'm just moving on, and I'm, to be honest, making the most out of it. And what I mean by that is, yes, I only have received, if we go to the rewards tab area on this section, you'll be able to see I was able to get obviously Conqueror, the Magma rewards, even though so many people would argue compared to many people on this list that were even like 50 million power and it had less than my merits, and even half my merits were on the list. You know, they got the rewards, is what it is. But I have made the most of it. And what I mean by that is, even though I'm getting the Conqueror ones, I was debating to go for obviously Fatal Bite, which is a really good skill. However, I'm actually going to still go for the treaties. And it's just 5,000 gems saved. It's not as good, I know. But the reason why is because I've been working on my beacon. You guys would be surprised, I know. Beacon, look, I am almost there. And obviously with that 500, it's going to allow me to ding my building to 24. And as you can see, I've always kept 5,000 gems in case I need to migrate, or in case I need to, like, you know, buy anything in a lucky wheel for like 7,000 gems in a new season. Like, I keep a nice minimal amount. 5,000 to me is just a nice enough. But all of the gems have been pumping into this building, right? So we are going to be level 24 beacon into the new season, which means this watchtower, which is already level 24 as well, you can see I only need this last and remaining amount of sentinel arrows. So I am very close to getting my 2 buildings complete to then start my T5 push, because you can see when it comes to my research, I am pretty maxed out. I can't really do much else. So you are looking at someone who has everything else, you know, unit-wise, as strong as they can be. And don't get me wrong, I can probably have saved all the speed-ups in the cavalry. It's just so I have them done eventually, so I can unlock my Vestals, archers, and then my swordsmen and my knights, you know, all together in that way. So yeah, it's going to be a fun season anyway. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for the 2 new heroes, new artifacts. I can't wait to see if I'm against or playing with BDO and obviously Archeo and all those guys. We'll see how matchmaking and how obviously the game, or how the leaders set up obviously the map for the, you know, the match. Can't wait. It's going to be a fun one. So like I say, yeah, it's been a bit of a bummer at the end of the season, but do you know what? ain't hating on it because I've had an amazing season. I've made some great friends in both FS, Dora, and getting some guys back in HR, and we've been able to chat, and obviously you can see everyone's moving on with their lives, and it's really good, honestly, that the future, hopefully seasons for those guys as well, has good matchmaking. Who knows? But I'm not bothered about them, right? So if you enjoyed today's video and you enjoyed the fact that obviously I've gone through quickly the, you know, matchmaking, obviously my rewards, and everything with my T5 push, you know what to do. Smash like, comment, subscribe. This was off the top, obviously. I haven't really scripted this or anything, as you can imagine, but we try our best with this type of video because I don't think you can script these ones, right? It's a bit strange. So, until the next one, stay safe, guys. Stay sneaky, and peace out.